What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Sports. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you all for watching. We've been doing this for about 6 months now, and it's going well. Keep watching, guys. I enjoy it. I love you all for being here and supporting me. So let's get into it. Warriors talk is the talk of the day. So what is it? Warriors dropped the game to the Rockets last night, 90-91, and in a game that should have been easily taken over at any moment by the Warriors, it was marred by turnovers and just horrible decisions by the team and the players in general. The refs had something to do with that when they missed a couple of fouls that made a difference in the game, but ultimately the Warriors controlled their own fate and they died on the cross last night, basically, guys. Green had 8 points, Jonathan Kuminga had 20, Curry had 19. Gary Payton II had 4, Buddy Hield had 15, and Waters had 8. Waters only had 8, but those 8 points were significant because he drained a couple of three-pointers when we really need the bucket the most. But here's the problem. The problem is the turnovers, guys, and this is nothing new for the Warriors. They've been turning the ball over for years. Difference is we don't have 3 superstars to cover up those turnovers with massive points. So right now, what we're looking at is Draymond Green turned the ball over 5 times last night. And no matter how good of a ball facilitator you are, 5 times is not good, and that's going to impact the game. Jonathan Kuminga turned the ball over once. Curry turned the ball over once. Not horrible, but when you add all the turnovers up, it turns out to be pretty bad. Gary Payton turned the ball over twice. Buddy Hield turned the ball over once. And Waters turned the ball over 3 times, guys. Team total for turnovers for the game was 15. And anytime you have 15 turnovers in a game, that's a recipe for disaster. They lost the game because of turnovers and bad decisions, bad shot decisions. Curry even made a really, really bad decision taking a three-pointer at the end of the fourth quarter, which actually led to a turnover and a foul, and free throws shot by the Rockets, which ultimately ended the game for the Warriors. So, all things being equal, the Warriors had every opportunity to take that game over. This is not a bad team, guys. They're deep. They're talented. They just need to clean up the turnovers. That's the bottom line. The Warriors are still out there looking for a person to pick up to play next to Steph Curry to get them over the hump and get them into a contending team, contending talk, bottom line. Are they contenders right now? We don't know. They are definitely a playoff team. How far can they go in the playoffs without a guy next to Curry that can really help contribute? Who knows? Who knows? Buddy Hield is doing very well. He had a little bit of a slump those last few games, but he's doing well, and that was a good pickup. But can you put him right next to Curry? I don't know. They're out there looking for another guy like Jimmy Butler or LeBron James or Bogdan Bogdanovic. Those are 3 names that I've heard as of late. LeBron James seems like an awful stretch, but in years past when I said I don't want that guy on this team, it would be kind of fun to see what the dynamic would be with him on a Warrior team who are already primed to go to the playoffs and deep into the playoffs, as it were. So his addition would be great, but I would love to see Jimmy Butler on the team as well. He's got a tenacity about him. He's tough. He can shoot. He can handle the ball well. But what are these guys going to cost? I think Bogdanovic is a great pickup. He won't cost that much in relation to the other guys. You won't have to clear out your bench and trade them away to get a guy like James or Butler. I'm not sure they're going to have to now anyway. But either way, guys, there's a move to be made, and it's going to get made. Who knows what it's going to be? I've heard Dennis Schroeder out there as well as a possible trade destination to the Warriors. Let's see. The Warriors are actively keeping their ear to the ground and talking to teams. There is going to be a move, guys. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of who we trade and what we're going to get. I'm not going to give away Buddy Hield, Curry, obviously, Jonathan Kuminga, Green. I might give away Gary Payton or Waters. I'm not really going to think about getting rid of anybody else necessarily, unless that player is really, really worth it, because these guys that I mentioned that I wouldn't get rid of are assets to the team, and they're part of what's making this team this year fairly special. So it's a tightrope to walk, guys, for the Warriors. It's a thin line to walk, but they're going to have to walk it and make the right trade. I don't think the Warriors need a superstar. I just think they need a guy who can shoot and handle the ball decently. We need another shooter. That's the bottom line. You don't need to be a superstar. You just need to be serviceable. You need to be good. So let's see what they do with that. I think the Warriors, again, remember, I think they're a great team. If you clean up the turnovers, they may only have 5 losses on the years, guys. So this is a very good team as is. They don't need to be desperate. They don't need to go out there and search for the missing all-star that can put this all together. It'd be great if they got it, but it doesn't mean that that's what they need, okay? But they do need another guy. So Wiggins was out last night, and if Wiggins was in, I think the game goes differently because Wiggins is having one of those years where his defense is on point and his shooting is on point. He's playing just like the Wiggins of the championship team Wiggins. I would not get rid of Wiggins, is all I'm saying. I don't think he should be up for trade. I really don't. His defense is really good. It's hard to replace that in this league. Offense is easier to replace than defense. So at this point, I would say there's a few guys I would trade from the bench, maybe draft picks, maybe cash, whatever you can get together to get a guy. But Bogdanovich doesn't sound like a bad idea. Schroeder doesn't sound like a bad idea. Pascal Siakam, I've heard a little bit about. Let's see where they go with this. But they're buyers. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So again, it's a great team. They're out of the cup running. No big deal. To us as fans, we don't care. The Warriors don't get anything for winning the cup. The players get money. But the fans don't have anything invested in it. They're not going to get home field or home court advantage for the playoffs. They're not going to get any kind of incentive for the fan to go, hey, I'm invested in seeing where this goes for the team. So they're going to have to change that over the years for us to really care. All I care about now is there's less basketball for the Warriors to play over the next week, which is kind of too bad. But I do see the Warriors continuing on and making a big push for the playoffs and further. This is the toughest month in the schedule, guys. December for the Warriors. Go and look at their schedule. It's the toughest month for the Warriors. After December, January and February get much easier. If they can get through December 500, then that is winning, guys. That is looking really good for the Warriors, and I think, honestly, they can do better than that. We'll see. They haven't, but let's see if they can pick it up and do better, okay? So, hey, that's pretty much all I got for right now on the Warriors. They didn't do very well last night. It was self-inflicted. It was self-inflicted wounds that killed them and left them dying on the street, dead in a dark and bloody mess. But that can change in the next game very easily. So let's just go ahead and support the Warriors. Keep watching. They're going to be turning around and getting some wins here very soon. I'm sure of that. Sorry, guys. A little bit of allergies. I'm sure of that, but the main point is they're going to make a move. It's exciting because we're going to see that before the trade deadline, absolutely, and it could be sometime this month. I don't think so. I think we're going to see that trade sometime beginning of January, but the talks are happening now, and they may already know who they're targeting. We just might not know. But I named 5 guys to look out for that the Warriors are talking to that would be really, really good pickups if they can get any one of them. Of course, LeBron James would be a good pickup, as long as he's not doing load management for the next 30 games. We'll see. But I like Jimmy Butler. I like Bogdanovich. I like the idea of Schroeder. I mean, these guys make sense. Butler makes sense. So, and we've heard the name Butler since the summer. So there's a lot of rumors going on around that guy. There's a lot of that going on. So let's see where that goes, guys. And hey, we got Niners tonight, so remember Thursday Night Football, Niners in a must-win game against the Rams. So it's a must-win, and we need to see Seattle lose a little bit. So, guys, that's all for me. I'll see you in the post-game Niners show tomorrow. And remember, hard work beats talent when talent don't work. So let's get to work. See you in the next one.